Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
And we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we die... Oops, we're in a different spot. We decided to do this upstairs today. We have a fabric backed up just because it's kind of dark downstairs.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark.
Also, things are, boxes were taken out of the car last night and just sort of thrown. There's not much yarn on the back door.
No. So it's Monday. It is July 19th, and we are just back from North Carolina. We got back yesterday. It took us 12 hours, 11 and a half hours straight.
Yeah.
Only stopped 2 or 3 times to transfer drivers and that kind of thing. But it was a nice trip because we listened to Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which took us almost to Long Beach Island.
Yeah.
It
was really perfect. We were just like probably 45 minutes from home when the book ended. So.
Okay. Really good book, people.
Yes.
Really, really, really good book. I saw somebody was writing a review of it and they said, Taylor Jenkins Reid, yes, I'm in.
She has earned my trust completely. Yep. Yes.
We have listened to 3 of her books, one of them on the way back from Chicago 2 years ago. That was when we were doing the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And
she's perfect for Audible.
Yes, she is. She's wonderful. But it's going to be... This is the book we listened to when we went to Chicago for this one, and this is the book we listened to.
Daisy Jones and the Six, we did back and forth going to see our mom.
Yeah.
One summer or whatever. So it was just,
it's perfect for road trips.
Yeah.
Tabitha's Tale, if you know, you know. Anyway,
she missed us.
Yes, she did.
A lot.
We were gone for a couple of days, and she was very, very happy. Was she doing laps when you came in?
No, they both were just kind of sitting there like, wait, I think somebody's coming in to save us.
Okay.
So.
The cats stay home.
Yeah.
They do not like to travel, so they stay home. Anyway, we had a great time in North Carolina.
Yes.
Oh my God, we had such a good time. It really was. It was a wonderful time.
Right.
Anyway, we drove down on Thursday. It was a nice trip down.
It was
beautiful. Yeah. We showed you some of the trip down. Lots of comments about Sadie.
Yes.
Because she looked so cute when you were taking pictures of her.
And the bridges we had to cross.
Right.
But,
so we had some really nice comments from people about that. Cheryl, no, we never have stopped on the bridge or for the gift shop or the restaurant the first time we did it.
I know it was closed.
It was closed.
And I think it may have been closed this time around too because they're doing a lot of work around it.
Right.
Plus we always have dogs in the car. So,
yeah, but...
and we're also on our way to...
something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember... Because I was wondering if it was closed due to COVID, but we wouldn't have been driving then.
No, there was just a lot of construction around it.
Yeah.
So
anyway, no, we have never done it. We will keep our eye open for it on other trips down because we're kind of hoping to go to Florida sometime soon.
Yeah.
And
that one we'll probably do 95.
Probably just because it's so long.
Yeah.
Samantha says that when she drove down the road, she referred to it as the corn road, which is perfect because you pass one cornfield after another.
Right.
It's very, very funny. Michelle asked us our glasses source, and we have had a couple other questions about it. Our glasses are from Pear Eyewear. You send them your prescription, and then it has frames that you can take off and change. So I can decide that I want to be butterflies. Or maybe I want to be Ravenclaw. You know, and you can just take them off and add them on.
It's online, Pear Eyewear online. You send them your prescription and they're relatively, the frames themselves aren't that expensive. I think they're like $30 each, right? These.
Okay. Oh no, those are $28 each.
$28 each. So these are, $28. And then these were under $100.
I think.
The first frames, maybe they were like 105 or something, but they're
comparable to
they're
other places, yeah.
Cheaper than most eye doctors, so.
So yeah, and we got blue tinted lenses because we use computers, right. So we added that on. So that was an additional fee.
Yeah, that does bring it up.
But they're fantastic.
And it's so fun, and they always put out new.
Oh yeah, every week they're putting out new things, so that we are constantly thinking, oh, should we get some dogs or should we get some flamingos? Yeah, so lots of fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, so trip down really quite uneventful. We got there about 10:30 at night, which was kind of rough trying to find the place at 10:30 at night when it's pitch dark, but
We
that's
entered
what
a
it is.
time vortex somehow, and I mean, we lost 4 hours somewhere. I don't know. And maybe I said it's like we drove across the international date line and lost a day or something. Our stop turned into like an hour between stopping at the rest stop and then finding something food-wise.
And then Rodney sent us all over the place. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We have to go on a Zoom call.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Hold that. Okay, and we're back. Different lighting.
3 hours later.
Might be different angle. I'm not even sure anymore.
I've lost my glasses.
Yeah, Helen's lost her glasses. We started this at like 12:30. It's now 4 o'clock because I had the Zoom call. Then that's all about Fiber World, which we're going to touch on. And then the window man came, and yeah.
That was a saga.
Okay, so I know where your glasses are.
I was going to say.
So now we know where your glasses are. Where are my glasses? I'm looking at them there. I'm like, those are my glasses. All right, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to put these on. These are mine. The other ones in there I don't know. We'll find my other ones. Anyway, hey. Okay, now I can see again. I was looking at it before. I'm like, I can't see. I'm so tired I can't even see anymore. Okay, so we had to go back and figure out what we were talking about. But we were talking about Rodney getting us lost. Right? Rodney got us lost.
Right.
So
we found someplace to eat. Rodney then started to take us a whole different way. So we're like,
he
no,
wanted
Rodney,
to put us back
I don't want to go
on
that way.
on 95. He was determined that we wanted to go 95.
Rodney, did we explain Rodney's our GPS?
So we use our phone, the
Yeah.
GPS maps in our phone, and Helen opted to have an Australian accent, guy with an Australian accent, so we call him Rodney.
Anyway, so we told Rodney, no, we don't want to go that way. We don't want to go this way. And then Rodney went into a tizzy and took 4 hours from my life.
Right. So anyway, we weren't sure whether we had crossed date lines or whatever. We just seemed to have lost 4 hours. Got there at 10:30.
Because, I mean, all of a sudden we had 8 hours left and then we had 12 hours left.
It was ridiculous.
Just, yeah.
Anyway, we got there, and it was fine. And then the next morning, Helen took Drew outside to walk her, and all of a sudden she comes back in, she's like, there are chickens. We have chickens. I'm like, what do you mean we have chickens in the backyard? Yeah. So we named them George and Martha, and
We gave them a pair, of course.
somebody asked us if we named them after the president and his wife. No, we named them after hippos in the James Marshall books, George and Martha, which are fantastic children's books. For anybody who hasn't read them, they're really very good. But so we always think of George and Martha as the hippos. But yes, we gave them pears and apples, and so then every time we came out of the house or
pulled in,
all of a sudden you hear bop, 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 and George and Martha come booking across.
They belong to the house 2 doors down from us, but the backyard's all connect with no fences or anything, so they just wander free.
Yeah.
So we gave them pears and apples while we were there, and
They love red apples. They do not like Granny Smith apples.
yeah, because at one point I gave them a Granny Smith apple, and I thought George was being nice and following me inside and kind of like pecked my leg a little bit.
And Helen comes in, she's like, I think he was saying thank you.
Because he followed behind me, and I'm like, oh, hi, George. And then he just kind of touched my leg and then went running back. I'm like, oh, okay, that's sweet. And then we go out, and the green apples are still there. And I'm like, I think George was telling me, go inside, you can do better.
Right. So we realized they're both females.
Yes.
However, we called them George and Martha. And
They
so
were the highlight of the trip.
Really, they were wonderful. So anyway.
They would have gotten in the car if I told them to.
Yeah.
We're going to look into Beach Haven's
Ordinances on chickens.
chicken ordinances.
Let's see what they have to say. Because I know
my
our neighbors
want
would love
me to
us.
have chickens.
Love us if we had chickens.
Pretty sure they were just there this morning saying, I think
You
it
know
would be
what?
awesome if they had chickens.
You know what they're missing next door? Chickens. They have dogs. I haven't seen Wesley and Buttercup yet today.
Right.
I'm hoping that they're going to be back. But since we were gone for a couple of days, they
went a
have
couple
moved on.
days without food, and they may have found food source elsewhere.
Greener pastures, right, babe? Anyway, so the house was very, very nice. We really enjoyed it. And it had 3 roomy bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, kitchen, a table we could craft at, full-size couch, you know. So it was perfect.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You're looking at your hand.
Because she's sticking to me.
Oh, okay. All right. We wanted to say thank you so much to everybody at Bella Filati who hosted us, having us come down for the trunk show. Holly and Chrissy and Lynn and Ray and I think it was Jennifer.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. They were the ladies that worked there. Holly is the owner. It's amazing. If you are anywhere near Southern Pines, make sure you stop by. They have a sheep. They have a clock that baz at you on the hour.
It's a cuckoo clock with a sheep that comes out.
It's so cool.
Baz. Yeah.
And they're just the greatest people.
Right.
I mean,
and
they're
it's a
so
wonderful,
nice.
wonderful shop.
Yeah, it's light and airy and beautiful. So one of the things they have up at the register, and they may still have some, they have this box. This is an advent calendar that is put out by Firefly Notes, and she does stitch markers. And her stitch markers are so beautiful. They're
like,
absolutely gorgeous.
If you think of charms that you get for a charm bracelet, that's what they remind me of. They're not flat, they're 3-dimensional. So if they have a rabbit, you're gonna have the full head and ears and metal or pewter.
I'm not sure which one it is.
Right, but it's so nice, and it looks much more like a charm for a charm bracelet than necessarily what you would think of as a stitch marker.
But lighter. Yeah. It's not heavy at all.
Oh, yeah.
So you get 25 days of stitch markers, and you can order them. I'm not sure if you can order them online. Her website is fireflynotesonline.com.
I did not see them on her website.
So that you may be able to just get the individual stitch markers there. But get in touch with Bella Filati if you want to get one, because honestly, her artwork is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't wait to open these. So this is going to be one of our advent calendars this year. And then they also they were opening things as we were there, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to start spending money before anybody comes in. I have a dish that I keep by my desk, by the side of my chair, that I have stitch markers and darning needles and that sort of thing in, that I knock over at least once a week.
And Tabitha takes your darning needle all the time.
So this is a clear plastic sheep box that has a lid that opens so that if I knock it over, everything doesn't come falling out. Can you see on the bottom? All of them. So I got one of these for next to my chair because honestly, the amount of time I spend picking up stitch markers is ridiculous. So look at that. Isn't that cool? I love it. Bella Filati. All right. So while we were down there, we went to the bookstore that we love, and it is
the Country Bookstore.
The Country Bookstore. I love the dog.
And as its logo would indicate, they are a pet-friendly shop. So we got to bring the dogs in. Drew's so good. And then we found some books for the boys, our nephews, since it's Shark Week.
Yeah, so we got, this is for Declan. It's Explore the Shore. So it's got all sorts of cool things, pop-up things for him. And then we got these for the older boys. We used to carry these when we were in our gift store. But Usborne has the 1001 Things to Find. So these are animals. And then
on the farm. They were the 2 that they have, but they both love to do the spot.
Right. So that you have to go in and find all the different things. So like in this picture, you have to find 6 red birds and 2 toucans and that kind of thing. I love doing these. I mean, I could sit and do this for ages. So the boys really love to do this as well. So we got these 2 for them. And then for Brayden to do.
And Colin, too.
Okay, this is so cool. It's build your own shark. It's made out of cardboard, but you build
2 feet long.
A 2.5 foot long shark. It's a great white shark that you're going to put together. Oh my God, it's so cool. But they have all sorts of information about sharks as well in the book. And then at the back, you have all the pieces of what you need to do to put it together. So, we thought, oh, that would be lots of fun for them to do on like a rainy day. So we got that for them. And then we went back a second time on Saturday afternoon because, you know, you can't just leave it.
But we were wandering through and it was starting to rain and thunder and lightning. So we're like, oh, dear, it's raining. Let's go get stuck in the bookstore.
Right.
So,
Helen found the greatest journal.
I mean, this is just perfect for us.
Oh my God. It's Arthur Rackham, right?
Yeah.
Those are the Rackham
Yeah,
illustrations?
this is the Arthur Rackham illustrations.
God.
So, same illustration front and back. And then blank pages inside. Because, you know, I don't have any journals
None.
and I need journals.
Always.
However,
Always,
I mean,
always.
Alice in Wonderland, can't pass it up.
Seriously, if there had
So-
been another one, I would have gotten one too.
Yeah.
So it's just, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And we also found some cards, some really great cards that we just picked up a couple of them to have to send out. I love finding some,
Just funky, different cards.
yeah. This one has a whole story on the back of it. It's this is the Okeechobee dragon, and he is a blacksmith during the day, but at night he blows bubbles to recharge himself. And
Okay.
recharge his creative process. So sometimes they're tiny, sometimes they're big. Each one is different and adding beauty to the world, which I just love.
Well, I think we should start blowing bubbles at the end of the day to recharge our creative juices.
So we got some cards too. So that was fun, and we got some postcards because we had seen something on a TikTok where you print out little pictures from the town you're in and glue them to the back of the postcard, and then you're sending a photo as well as the postcard to people saying, "Hey, we were here and thinking of you."
Right.
All right. So then, we went into a couple of the other stores too. We just wandered around Saturday
Yeah.
afternoon, wandering in and out. We figured a little rain wasn't going to hurt us, so it was fun. It was nice. It
was a beautiful
really
day.
nice. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great weekend, and then we spent Sunday driving home. But not only do we have to thank the people at Bella Flotti, we have to thank all the people who came to find us, because you made it possible for us to go shopping at bookstores and other stores. So that thank you guys so much to everybody who came. We met Brittany and her mother. They live in Wisconsin, but they have a house in North Carolina, and they made sure they were going to be there for this weekend because we were going to be there. And Brittany gave us stitch markers that we're going to show you when we show you things we've been working on. Just wait. They are so cool. Just so cool. And we finally got to meet Charlie in person, which was fantastic.
And Christina and her son's girlfriend came. They had just moved to North Carolina from Colorado, so they were so excited to hear that we'd be at Bella Flotti. So they came to see us, and yeah,
It was
there were a lot of. I know we're forgetting names, and I'm very, very sorry, but so many of you that came just to see us. It was really kind of very cool.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we show what we're working on? Because we did some knitting on the road too.
Yeah,
All right.
I started a new project for car knitting.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to start this ever since Kay Jones put it out. It's the Jelly Roll blanket, and I thought, it's perfect for car knitting because you're just knitting back and forth, 20 stitches. And she did hers fingering weight, and I'm doing mine DK weight just because I happen to have a bag full of DK extras. I'm using Kiss the Girls right now. So,
Do you want me to hold it?
oh, sure.
Okay.
So I started it on the way down, and I put in Goddess, Galentine's Day. This is My Reality on tweed. That's the back. This is Curie and the Trolls and Alice, and then I just started Kiss the Girls. So I am just taking my bits and pieces, and I am, like in the case of Alice, I just used it up. Curie and the Trolls was the same way. And I'm just going until I'm either bored or I run out, and then I just move on to a new one. I'm not going to make them all uniform, same sizes or anything like that.
No, you very specifically don't want to
Right.
make them that. You want it
I
more
want it,
scrappy.
I want it to be scrappy, patchworky. So you go up in a long line, and then when you get it as tall as you want it, then you start to build the second strip. And what you do is you kind of knit across and pick up the stitches along the side here. So, yeah, perfect. I mean, it is knitting, so you can be talking in the car, you can doze in the middle of a row and know exactly where you are.
Listen to a good book.
Listen to a good book. So yeah. So I'm going to have this pretty much in the car. This is going to be my car knitting because we have a lot of trips coming up. We drive back and forth to my mom's, which is a 2-hour car ride. So, and I did not, this is, you know, just when I was knitting because there was a lot of sleeping.
And talking.
And driving.
And listening and things
everything.
like that.
Yeah.
So no, that's fantastic.
I mean, it's just perfect. And if, you know, if you're going out with friends or, you know, going to a knit night or something like that, it's the perfect thing because you can be knitting, but you don't have to pay attention to anything.
Right.
So
I brought my blanket down that I was working on too. I'm working on the habitation throw, and I got a little bit in. I didn't even finish the skein I'm on. I'm almost done it, but I thought I'd show because I haven't shown it in a while. I'm just using mini skeins that we dyed last year, and I'm on my decreasing now, so I've gotten to the point where that is as wide as it's going to be. And now I'm just coming down to a point that's going to be like this one. And I'm just taking minis and using them till I run out, which is why some of the strips are bigger than others.
it's gorgeous.
It really is. And it's such a nice sampling of our yarn.
Right.
You know, because it's just, here are the Lost Words collection. And here's
Fairy tales.
Once Upon a Time. Or actually, this is these.
I think this is Mrs. White.
This is Once Upon a Time.
This is Mrs.
through.
White here.
That's Mrs. White.
Yeah.
I'm doing part of the fairy tales now, and then I think I'm going to wind up with Alice and Six Impossible Things. Our Bonkers, and then Six Impossible Things, and those will be my
So 2020, 2021
Yep.
collections. Cool.
So it's going to be that. I
don't know how you're working on it.
This
too hot.
It's too hot to do it right now, but this is comfort knitting for me. It's
Yeah.
it's very easy going back and forth, and just remembering to decrease every other row, but it's comfort. So that's that. Okay. And then I had started a sweater. I started the Mycroft sweater by Isabel Kramer in our Alice yarn in tweed, the DK tweed. And every time I would start it and then I would go on to something else. And when I came back to it, I didn't know where I was, and I would take it out and start it again. I think I started it 3 times. And the last time I came back to it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I can't figure out where I am in the pattern or anything. I'm just having a very difficult time with this particular pattern. So I went and found a different sweater, and I am now doing the Cedro sweater. It's Cedro by Thea Coleman, Baby Cocktails. And I cast on the bottom, and you do 1x1 ribbing, and then you do a lace bit, and then it's just straight up rounded.
The lace shows up really well.
Yeah, it does. And then it's just knitting in the round, all the way around. Boom, 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 boom.
So where'd you get that gorgeous little progress keeper?
Okay, so here's my progress keeper. This is from Brittany. Look at that. It's the white rabbit. She was so excited to give it to us. And oh my God, I told her, if you ever decide to open an Etsy shop or something like that, let us know. We will promote it because...
Guys, those are all beads.
The work is unbelievable. It's so tiny. There are no ends. There's nothing. It's just, it's such great work.
Yeah.
So, they're phenomenal. They're really, really phenomenal. So that's my stitch marker. I love him. She gave us 2, and I was showing them to Helen, and she picked up the other one. I'm like, oh, that's so good, because that means I get to keep the white rabbit.
She picked it up to look at it, which Mary chose to mean that I was choosing that one, and then she just absconded with the white rabbit.
I ran away with it.
Which is fine. I love mine.
So anyway, so this is the Cedro sweater, and I am probably about 2 inches from starting to break for the sleeves. So
Oh, so it's a crop.
it's a crop.
Okay.
It's supposed to be kind of a crop. I may make it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm going to see. I'm going to hold it up when I get to the point where I think it's supposed to be and see where it's hitting me.
Okay.
So that I can decide whether I want it longer or not. But we have the high-waisted skirts and the crops are so perfect.
I started the Wild Mountain Time sweater, also by Thea Coleman. It's a short sleeve sweater with a little bit of color work at the yoke, and it's top down. So I started it. I'm using William Burton Tom as my main color. Which, oh my god, just look at that. And then I'm using puff sleeves as my color work, which I have started.
The way it shows up against the William Burton Tom
Right.
is so pretty.
So the colors are perfect for fall. So this will be my short sleeve option for Rhinebeck.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm going right along. I mean, I'm like, well, I'm starting my color work. Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
What else?
Whatever you have to say, Thea. So yeah, and I just adore how William Burton Tom knits up. Can you hear the guy calling for ice cream?
So where's your progress keeper?
So here's my progress keeper. I'm using her as my end of row mark. But look at Alice. How phenomenal is that? Unbelievable. The workmanship.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying this very much.
Mine was great card knitting because I had finished the lacework part Saturday night, so Sunday I was just straight stocking and knitting. And with the DK, I don't even need to wear my glasses because I find that if I'm wearing my glasses in the car, I need them for up close. And when I look out far, it makes me a little dizzy. So I try not to wear them in the car as much as possible. And the DK straight stocking it, I can do without them, so it's fantastic.
Now I just want to go.
Get working.
Yeah.
Well, we walked into the store on Saturday, and Lynn was there wearing the Dingley Dell by Isabel Kramer, which is her latest one of her latest ones out. And it looked so good.
Yeah.
I mean, so good that I had to pick out yarn and cake it up and buy needles. I haven't actually cast on yet, but I did pick out the yarn and get the needles and everything to do it. So I'm going to do it's stripes, broad stripes. So I'm going to do it in crab picking, and I'm late. Aren't those going to be gorgeous? Think about thick, like 20 row stripes going across in each of the colors.
All fingering weight.
Oh,
And a V-neck sweater.
V-neck sweater.
Short sleeves.
And you do the V in, it's like
The
one by
ribbing.
one ribbing.
Yeah.
You do in one color, and then the last 2 or 3 rows you do in the other color so that it's just got a tiny little bit going around the outside. I loved it. Loved it. So I'm like, oh, I have to make one right now. Right this second, I need to start.
I was going to cake some up too, and then the colors I chose got bought. So
Also, we kept picking colors, and we're like, oh, I really like these 2 together. And then we realized that we kept picking William Burton Tom the Trolls and puff sleeves and putting them together because they look so good.
So I did not cake anything up because I decided, you know what, I'm really excited about the short sleeve sweater I'm working on. Don't start something new.
Right.
Finish the one you're working on. So.
You know me. I have no problem starting new things. Absolutely none. So yeah. So that was our trip.
Right.
Knitting and everything. We got some knitting done. Got some new projects planned or started. Sadie came with us, as you saw in the pictures on Instagram, and she had a wonderful time. She sat out on the yarn table, and people came up, and they're like, oh my God, is Sadie here?
Somebody actually said that she was creepy.
Who said that?
So one of the customers.
We got a phone call from Black Sheep Yarns in Timonium, Maryland, and they want us to come down. So we are going to do a trunk show with them in November. I think it is the weekend of It's either going to be
13th or
the
something?
12th and 13th, which is Friday, Saturday, or the 13th and 14th, which is Saturday, Sunday. We're not sure exactly
So
which.
definitely the 13th.
We will be there the 13th.
Right.
And we will have Christmas yarn and hopefully Christmas bags. So if you are in
And our trusty map says she's right outside Baltimore.
right. So if you are in that area and you would like to come and visit us, come see us on
November 13th.
November the 13th. And once we get more
We'll let,
information, we'll let you know. But yeah, if you have a local yarn store and you want us to come, get in touch with them and have them get in touch with us because we will travel. We don't mind.
Right.
I
Okay.
think we should probably keep it east
I
of
was gonna say,
Chicago.
We will travel within a day's drive of us. So
Okay, we had a bunch of questions about you guys got your bag kits and they didn't come with patterns. The pattern is listed in the listing. However, if you go to freshlemonsquilts.com and search Market Tote, her pattern is right there. We used her pattern. The link takes you to her blog post that takes you step by step through it. So that's where it is.
we did do a video of us making the bag to help you out, and the internet ate it. We're not really sure what happened. I think it went into the
internet.
the 4 hours that I lost.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the video's there.
Hanging out there somewhere.
We're gonna redo it this week and get it up at some point this week, so that if you don't feel comfortable following through the written directions, though her pattern is great, we'll put up our us doing it.
But
So,
we have to refilm it.
right.
So, all right. Okay, so that was that. That was that. Fiber World is coming up starting this Wednesday. It is an online marketplace. They are doing, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Sunday.
Wednesday, they're having a market preview at night, I think from 5 to 7 or something like that. Thursday, it's starting at 2:30 in the afternoon. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're starting at 9 a.m. They have tons of classes. They have all sorts of great things. Trunk show, or not trunk shows, demonstrations and runway shows and that kind of thing. So
There's going to be 2 different pet runway shows. So their pets wearing their knitted items. And there's going to be the marketplace, which is going to be open all the time. So they have done such a tremendous job of putting this together and improving exponentially what it was last year. So
if you go to fiberworld.com,
there's
you can
fiberworldshow.com.
Okay, sorry, fiberworldshow.com. You can sign up, and then when they open up the marketplace, it's kind of like looking at the map of a mall where you have all the different stores, but there's going to be little icons inside the ones where they have live things going on right now, so that you can go in and say, oh, look, 100 Ravens has something going on. I'm going to go check out and see what they're doing. Or Toad Hollow's got something going on. I'm going to check out and see what they're doing.
Right.
So it'll have something showing you when we're live, so that you'll know, looking at the map, oh, they're going, and I can go check them out.
Right.
So yeah, go check them out. They're doing wonderful things.
And they have tons of, they have different stages where they're going to have all sorts of different demonstrations going on. They're all included in your price to attend. Classes are extra, but you get the marketplace, you get all the stage stuff. So it really, really good job.
And the lounges, the
Yeah.
knitting lounges, that kind of thing. So that's going on all this week.
Right.
Check them out. Okay. All right. I think the last thing is we're having a shop update on Friday. If you guys haven't gotten them yet, you're going to start receiving your butterflies and moths soon. We did butterflies and moths. You're getting one of 4 different...
These are the animal guides
Right.
boxes that you guys pre-ordered. They went out before we left, so most of you should have them by now.
Or be getting them today.
Right.
So if you get one, we're going to release on Friday all 4 of them, so you can see which one you got, and then see the other 3 and decide maybe you want one of those too.
Yeah, there were 4 different species that we chose to dye up, and then they just went out randomly.
Right.
So
It was completely random.
yeah,
And we are also going to be releasing the kit for the Renata, which is a crochet shawl that takes 4 skeins of yarn. But we'll be doing more about that later in the week. But that will be, we'll have the kits ready to go on Friday. I think we're just about done.
The mystery sock set for July, the invoices have all gone out. So if you don't want to continue, perfectly fine. Just don't pay your invoice. That's fine. But if you did want to make sure you got it this month and you haven't paid your invoice yet, pay it this week. And also if you want to jump in and join, the listing is available, but we are going to be taking it down midweek because we have to dye it all up.
Right, and we need numbers.
Right.
Gotta know how many to dye. So yeah, that will be
So this week is the last chance for July.
right. Okay, I think that's it, right? So we're going to go. We hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon,
Go forth and create.
and we will see you on Friday.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.